Hello, this is Ray Garrett again, and today we will be starting one of two parts on how to set campaigns in Searchlight. The first part will simply be just adding candidates to a calling campaign, and then the second part will be all about priming the pump, which is basically every day before you leave sending an email out to the folks that you plan on calling the next day. So first steps first, we're going to learn how to simply set up a campaign. Okay, so by now you should already know how to log into Searchlight, so we will start from the login screen. I'm already in Phoenix, so we're going to start a simple campaign in Phoenix. So the first thing that we need to do is create a campaign folder, and that's what this does. So we'll simply click on the drop down for this. You want to right click on the word campaign. When you right click, you just simply hit add campaign. All of my campaigns drop down here. I get them all across the country. You won't have nearly this many because you're simply looking at your area. Now what I will do is I will name it KW Glendale one. Okay, so this is Keller Williams agents in Glendale who've earned between $1 and $800,000 in the rolling 12 months. So once I type in my name, I will simply hit enter, and now I've entered my campaign. So I can just check that by hitting the drop down box here and go down to make sure that the campaign is in there. There are several KWs, but there it is, KW. And right now it says 0 of 0, which means I haven't added any candidates into the campaign. So now I'm going to simply search. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to search by brand. You can have a search any way you want it, but I'm just going to search by brand here. I'm going to go with Keller Williams agents. Now I'm going to put in their favorite territory. This is where they like selling the most. And so I'm going to simply go to Glendale, Peoria. Now, as you can see, when I put those two criteria in, it went from 1,800 and some to around 119 agents that Keller Williams has who is selling regularly in Peoria. So I mean in Glendale and Peoria. So that's kind of where we want to target. But I'm going to narrow it down a little bit farther than that. So what we're going to say is the volume of closed transactions. I can do it by number of deals as well, but I'm going to say I want the volume of their transactions, and this is only rolling 12 months. I want it to be between $1 and 800,000. That brought us down to 76. So what I'm also going to say is let's try to find some people whose rolling 12 months compared to the previous rolling 12 months, they've decreased a little bit in volume. So I'm going to say in a 12-month period, at least say 10%. That narrows us down a little bit too far. Let's just keep that at 6 months. Ideally, you want to have folks who, that's fine. Ideally, you want to have about 40 or so in there. That's good. Okay, so now I'm going to hit search, and that's going to bring up those candidates. Now, I can select individual candidates if I want to just add individuals into the campaign. But what I want to do is simply add all of the 43 people that you see here. So what I'm going to do is click on this box in the very top left-hand corner. Now I'm going to select the campaigns button up here with the drop down, and now all I need to do is find my campaign. Now I have a bunch in here, so it's a little difficult for me to find them, but you should only have 2 or 3. So sometimes I have to use my down arrow just to kind of scroll down a little bit, and sometimes I miss them too. So there it is. Well, that's not it. There we go, right there at the bottom. And so now I've added all of these people. That's all I had to do. If you'll notice, I just to do that again, I just click my drop down. Sometimes it takes it a few seconds to load, and I simply use my down arrow until I find, and you see as I mouse over them, they highlight. I simply find it and then click it right there, which I've already done, so I don't need to do it again. Okay, now that that is done, I can just close out my search, go into my campaign field, and now I have a campaign in here that says Glendale. I've got 43 candidates. I haven't contacted any of them. So that is how you create a campaign. Now to work that campaign, you're simply going to click on the button, click on that campaign. All the names are going to pop up. And now all I'm going to do is hit Run Campaign. Bingo bango, it runs, and then you just simply click on the names to the side here and then go to your comments field to make notes as you call them, and just simply keep going down the list and you call everybody. If you need to remove somebody from the list, for instance, if you just have a conversation and you talk to somebody, you don't want them in the calling campaign anymore, because you're going to call all of these people like it's the first time you've talked to them. You'll forget over time who you've talked to. So you don't want to talk to Antoine here as though you have talked to him before. So you simply, as soon as you talk to them, or if they tell you not to call them anymore, you simply remove them from the campaign and they're removed. And that's it. Once I'm done with the campaign, I simply X out. So that is, in a nutshell, how to create and run a campaign.